Well, um, the heat is insane. So working on a bit of a go slow. Also, this cooler was nearly the death of me. I totally understand why everybody just fires it in front of their intercooler or whatever because it's so much easier to plumb and trying to get everything to fit with the accusump and stuff like that. All those that big massive fitting I made that had to be redesigned and bits moved around the way place so it actually would fit in the engine bay. And what else was there? Yeah, I needed like three different sandwich plates before I could get one that fit. Um, so that was a nightmare. I ended up getting a Hell multi-angle kit. First off, I have a couple of nice parts on the car, but it's the first time I've opened the box for something and was like, wow, the quality of this is amazing. So like we all know Hell from the brake lines, but yeah, their other stuff is epic. So worth giving a shout, and it's actually not all that much more expensive than the FMIC stuff. So yeah, if you're on the hunt, really nicely packaged gear there. So let me show you what I've done. Cooler's in now, and it's been primed or filled or whatever. Bringing it in, the first part I've changed is the one-way valve is now in line here. Doesn't matter where that is because there will be fuel in the line. You can see the marring here, which means that I really got fucked off with this at one stage because, yeah, it's a pain in the hole. Then we've got the Y adapter here. This is the return from the cooler. And then this side here goes to the accusump. And this comes down into the return. And then, well, look at the sandwich plate. It is what it is. I was originally pulling my oil temp and pressure for the ECU from the OEM port. I can get pressure from it fine, but like the probe isn't very long on these Bosch units, and it's like the end of the oil gallery, so it wasn't really seeing a lot of flow. So while my sump was reading 130 plus degrees, this was reading like 110. So decided to make the switch. So that's where the sandwich plate's coming in now, is the ECU now pulls from the oil out from the engine pre-cooler. So hoping that will give me a more accurate reading and we can go from there. This wasn't exactly the right heat sleeve, but it was what I had here and I wasn't going to buy some new stuff. I managed to just cable tie it onto the bracket and then link it back up. This was actually the original wiring for the temp sensor, so wasn't a lot of work getting that done, but finally have it in and ready to just test it out and call it a day. So this picture is pretty much my next on my to-do list. Have my power steering coolers in, although I need to cut a section off some hard pipe, fit them in Jubilee because they popped off on the last track day. So when I just get that squared away, and then I can start getting power steering back. Okay, not as interesting for non-FTO folks, but there's a special way to do the tensioner, which I'm going to show you in one of my next videos. So tune in for that one, because a lot of people get a super short belt and stretch it across, but it puts pressure on the crank, which I really don't like. So I'm going to show you how to do it properly. So we'll go there, and then these boys arrived. So I have been running up until now Pilot Sport 5s, 225 45 17. Absolutely terrific tire, great for the grip. But yeah, if I want to start chasing a 2-minute time, which is 7 seconds off, I think this is going to be part of the plan. So I got these on, which melts oil. So I needed to get a new alloy. So I had 7Js. Yeah, 7Js. And now I've got a 9J. So that's going to fit this, which is deadly. But yeah, that's going to be fun. So it takes a little bit more once the car is under its own weight. But I'm going to have to take the spring off here, fully compress this and see if I get what it's going to be like. And if not, I'm going to figure out if there's enough I can just roll the arches, or if I'm going to have to do something wide, I don't really want to have to do that. I do have fender flares there, but they're like super old and the fiberglass is warped, and that's its own project on its own. So flaring it would be class, and we could look at wide arches on another day. So yeah, stay tuned.